We should be live now. Inglewood, Cali, production. Cue the joint. Production. You can cue the joint. Whenever you're set. You guys, Mouthpiece Included. We have a open panel situation today. Cut this off. Big ups to Nas. We got an open panel situation. It's kind of a a fluid topic. So as always, we're going to talk spolitics, sports, and politics. But then we're going to go into some of the hot topics of the week in the world of sports, and then the Olympics. That's pretty much what we're going to focus on. The Olympics. Are these athletes all rich? If so, why? If not, why not? That's what we're on. Hold up here, people. So if you can like, share, subscribe, that'll be quite helpful for the task here. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll cue the show.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Some Olympians make millions of dollars.
We're live. We're live.
But a recent global study of 500 elite athletes found that nearly 60% did not consider themselves financially stable.
We're not sponsored athletes on cereal boxes and Gatorade bottles.
I started driving for DoorDash.
I worked at Panera, a bank. The financial strain is huge.
That's because unless they win a medal, Olympians don't get paid for competing at the games.
You see someone that's on television all the time and assume all Olympic athletes are famous. All you have to do is get a medal and you'll be rich. And nothing could be further from the truth.
Mouthpiece Included.
That's right, people. Mouthpiece Included, TATN, big ups to Kyle Bent. And self-love for the remix. TATN, with all those Cubs fans. TATN, or do you prefer the Bulls? TATN, Mouthpiece Included. TATN. What up, fool?
What up, bro? What's going on?
Let me get you the co-host joint. Mouthpiece Included. So we got Ace in the building. We're gonna have him do his intro shortly, very shortly, so you guys know what the topic is. It's kind of fluid today. Less preparation, more just we're gonna kick back and talk about certain things that's happened in sports. As we mentioned, Deshaun Watson recently was released. I've been saying he's going to end up on the Patriots. Don't go there. Don't go there until we start the topic. So, big Ace, my Ace is in the building. So if you can start your joint, and welcome to the co-host, bro. So, what the dilly, man? What's going on in the show?
Man, it's crazy weather. Watching the Sox play the Yankees in the Field of Corn.
Go Sox.
Really kind of carny. Yeah, they're playing well tonight. Showing the power, bringing out the power bullpen. Yeah, we're looking at hopefully a World Series run this year. That would be great for Chicago with all the madness that's going on here.
Who's at the helm? Who's managing?
Tony La Russa.
Oh, well, you Spanish. Nobody know about that. I tell you, hit the foul ball back. I hit the car with it.
yeah, that man.
wait. Oh, no, La Russa. I'm thinking. Who am I thinking? Who's the guy who used to play shortstop for La Russa?
Ozzy.
Yeah, the one who got us the first World. I think Ozzy got us the World Series. Yeah, I was thinking of Ozzy. You can understand La Russa. La Russa, seems like he's a Spaniard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's got chips. He's got experience. They thought he was too old to manage this group of young horses we got here in Chicago, but he's got them going. Got a couple of players back, and Eloy Jimenez, who's knocking the cover off the ball, and you got Robert came back yesterday. So they're looking tough.
Yeah. I'd say they are looking tough. I haven't really gotten into them, but big ups to the Southsiders, getting it done, bringing those chips home to the greatest city on the lake. That'll be the city of Chicago. Man, y'all had a big shooting there with Ellen French, huh, bro?
Unfortunately, yeah, the officers pulled somebody over in Inglewood for a traffic violation there.
Yeah, 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. Get out of the car. What are you doing back there drinking in Inglewood, bro? The neighborhood resource officer was allegedly doing the stop and frisk. Yeah. But no, go ahead, bro. What were you saying? That was me talking, not you.
I mean, it's a lot of people running around here with bad tags because of COVID and, for every other reason. And it's just a tough situation that they pulled him over, and they pulled over a guy that he wasn't going. And now he's gone for the rest of his life, him and his brother. So,
well, and that's what I find funny, man. I don't know, man. 12 in their stories, bro. I mean, it's an emotional thing. Yeah, someone did. But
to Miami.
I'm gonna pull one I'm gonna pull it like 12, bro. What I'm gonna do is have to look at all the evidence, review all the tapes, and actually find out what happened. Now, the first take they gave Ace was, and then we'll get into the topic, was he was in the back seat and had the magic bullet from the back seat, got the headshot right between the eyes, and then took out the other 12. And then it became, he was scuffling. The guy who wasn't driving was scuffling with the officer, and they're down the street, and then the headshot, and then the other brother, like you just said, the other brother's going to jail for life. I mean, for what? Like, what did he do? And then they're saying, well, the guy just gave him the gun. So I mean, it's a lot there, but I do want to. I should have let in. Rest in peace to Ellen French, and I hope the other officer, recovers well. I don't wish death on many people. She seemed like one of the good ones, but. There's what I'm saying, Ace, is I feel as though it might be my spidey senses, but there's going to be more to it. And, like you got the mom of one of the alleged suspects who can't even, I guess, see her son.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's a story that's unfolding, but it's a bad situation.
It's a super story, Ace. Like, I mean, like even when they were saying, like, the superintendent was saying, well, we have to get the story from them. What do you mean you got to get the story from them? You know why you pulled them over, what was going on. Like, we want to hear what they say, they're cooperating. Like, what's going on? I mean, we'll see. It's just, like you said, it's a tragedy, but man, I mean, did those guys set out to kill a cop that night? I mean, whew.
Probably not. And probably been just riding dirty in Chicago like a lot of people are. Bad situation.
Rolling to their destination, no license, insurance, or even registration. Hey, so I'm gonna jump off in the first topic here. And big ups. One thing I've been meaning to clear up for quite some time, Ace. I don't think I gave my complete Michael Jordan hater list. All right. And I don't know if this is any particular order, but we're just gonna go back to some guys that really like grind my gears when it comes to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, he's on the list.
Oh yeah. Well, he's
a little prick.
He's been ostracized from Chicago as far as I'm concerned. There's people that still like him as best point guards ever, but yeah,
he's a little prick.
Definitely Jordan hater.
Yeah,
I haven't liked him since the walking off the court incident.
Yeah, I didn't like him since the snubbing in the All-Star when Jordan was a rookie. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, I think Jordan understood because he was a rookie, and these guys were quote unquote the best team in the division at the time. So he just wanted to stick on as much as he could as the crusty veteran. But yeah.
And you got Kwame Brown. Kwame makes the list, the old busty bust. He doesn't go super hard, but he likes to slide in some shots at money. And Kwame, you're on the list. You've made the list of people who've been making comments out of your mouth about Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Shannon Sharp been slick tongue. He's big. Yeah.
He's a LeBron guy.
Correct. Yeah, that's next on my list. LeBron James. Yes, he believes that, because he hates Jordan, then he has to like LeBron James.
And, LeBron's down the list from Michael Jeffrey. He's not even the best Laker.
I'm going to throw Willie D on the list.
Willie?
Oh, from the Ghetto Boys. Yeah, just YouTube it or Google it when you get a chance. Willie D and Michael Jordan hate.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Willie D. Well, he's from Houston, so probably the love of the Rockets back there with the Dream and Clyde the Glide. He probably, just like Nick doesn't like Jordan because he's a Miami guy. He feels the same sentiment.
And that brings me to next on the list. Big Nick, South Florida. He's on the list. Well,
he explained his disdain for Michael Jordan with the bringing about of the Miami franchise. He feels that Miami is his team, so he dislikes Michael Jordan and what he did back in the days.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Democrats, if you will. Those type of Jordan haters. Those are the worst. You know what I mean? I'd rather you flat out. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's kind of like Shannon Sharp. I think he's more pro LeBron than he's anti Michael Jordan, and it's weird too because normally he's a '90s proponent.
Well, LeBron got him a couple chips down there, so probably going to be on his bandwagon for life.
And not to belabor this because we're off topic, I got Steve Kerr.
No, he definitely should be on Jordan's bandwagon, but it's amazing that he would be a Jordan hater.
You know, I don't really call. You remember there were some punching incidents and some incidents like that. He earned Jordan's respect for being scrappy and willing to take the beating. And coming,
made him a better player, though.
Yeah. But Steve Kerr, you know, anybody who comes out there and says that the Golden State Warriors has a chance against that Bulls team, you know, who lace it up every day with Mike, you know, whose dad was in the CIA, come out there and say something like that, makes the list.
You know, that being a part of the CIA, rest in peace. He's a propaganda spinner. So.
Yeah,
probably it was probably just rhetoric to inspire his team to greatness. But as we saw, even with the 73 wins. Yeah.
That's true. And then Scottie Pippen, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what Pip's on. I think his personal life has affected his mental judgment at this time. So Pip, yeah. Hey, Pip was Scotty's Robin. I mean, Jordan's Robin. And I thought while he was here, he did everything to protect Scotty, even telling him not to sign that contract. You know, and maybe he thought Jordan should have did more for him.
Well, it seems like, bro, that it seems like, you know, like the situation with Pip is the same. Like Jordan, he's gonna try, like you said, toughen you up, kind of like with Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
That's his. You know, you don't have to like him, but you're gonna, you know, do what you're supposed to do.
He was the leader of the team. I mean, if you know, a championship team is only as good as its weakest link.
Yeah.
You have the best player in basketball, and you got a guy that he's trying to groom to help him win championships. So, you know, he can't take it. Come on, man. He's lived a good life because of MJ. So I don't understand where it comes from. But
and the last one I got is Ryan Hollins or Hollis. You remember him? Oh,
the
LeBron's girlfriend. He's LeBron's dip, allegedly.
Really?
That's what my sources is telling me.
Well, hey, if your sources tell you that, then it must be correct. Yeah, I mean,
allegedly.
You don't want to dispute some innuendo, but you know, you're pretty on point with your sources. Unfortunately, he's on the list. You got to throw coach on it.
I don't even see super goofy. I don't see him. Well, I don't watch TV anymore, but man, they ran him all over ESPN with his dumbass takes. I don't see him as much anymore.
Yeah, they're trying to lighten up ESPN, so they only got room for one or two coons.
Cooning for dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So cooning for dollars only has to go to us. A couple people on ESPN. So I want to kind of wonder how the network would be if Stuart Scott was still alive, and some of those guys never ascended positions that they did after he passed away.
I know what you mean. Stuart Scott would have said something about Coon and Nate Smith by now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pulled him to the side.
Slapped.
Yeah, gave him the history of blacks and journalism and.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to talk about your supposed or alleged rough road of getting to where you supposedly are because of how hard you worked and all that.
Because of how you're willing to spread your butt cheeks up for anybody who's got more money than you and anybody who you call your boss and any billionaire. You know what I mean? That's what he's feeding our kids. Spread your butt cheeks. Do whatever it is they say and make as much money as possible at all costs. You remember he was defending Belichick. All right, here we go. But Westbrook, LeBron James, is that going to work?
Absolutely not. It's not enough basketballs. Maybe if if LeBron does some load management this year, which he has to because he's getting up there in age, not perceived or not calculated load management, but he has an injury problem in the last few seasons because of he's getting older.
LeBron James is mentally lame enough to perceive Westbrook as a D Wade type, and then he's going to reduce AD to a Spice Bosh type, and then he sees himself as a LeBron type.
They're the oldest team in the history of the NBA.
Are they?
That's what I've heard. With collection of talent that they have.
Well, they had it Melo. They're just going to do him a favor.
I mean, the Lakers tried that in the past with the assemblage of a Karl Malone on this squad, and Gary Payton also putting teams together of older players to try and get those last chips before they call it a career. So I think this is just the blueprint that they have from the past, and they figure with LeBron they can get it done.
Well, bro, the Bears, let's shift gears. The Bears QB battle. What's going on down there in Hallis Hall? I was getting some articles on my feed there, and there seems to be some hubbub. So while we go into this, I'm going to tie this into one of our topics. So what's going on? Is it still status quo? They're still going to go with the crusty ginger and then bring the colored guy out there after they have no chance in hell of making the playoffs? Is that the goal?
I don't think with the 17-game season, they'll probably run them out there the first few games and get them killed. And then they'll bring the young whippersnapper out there who's impressing in practice. They're running dual practices right now with the Miami Dolphins, whom they play on Saturday, and he's playing well. He's playing well in spring training. So
does he have the mental capacities to get the NFL playbook like the white kids?
Yes, he does. From what I hear, the Bears run a similar offense to what he was running in Ohio State, and he's been training and studying and doing everything he can to grasp, I guess, the NFL terminology. Once he learns the speed of the game, which I don't think that'll be a problem for him, he'll be fine. I don't know if it'll be this year that they can make their run, but he'll at least get some experience this year from watching the crusty veteran get killed out there, and then come in and make his run.
How tall is this kid?
From what I saw, he looked like he was about 6'2".
Okay. 6'2".
Got some size too. 6'2", 6'3". He's got some size to him, and he's got speed, quickness, and he's throwing some home-like passes in training camps.
Yeah.
So he's got touch, and he's got to make it around, those guys that are trying to grab him. It's just a matter of, if he gets any time during the season. But he seems to be a good player. Excellent player. So hopefully the Bears don't screw him up and have him trying to run the exact same plays as Trick Trubisky, whoever that guy we had for the last 5 years.
Bitch Trubisky.
Yeah, we didn't see these big, wide open lanes, and you can at least get 5 to 10 yards just by stepping up in the pocket. I think we're looking good. Defense is looking.
Well, what about the colored QB, famous Jameis Winston, the one who allegedly stands on the table at the colleges. He's in the Saints, and then the other QB, the one that was back up to
tight end and the fullback. Now he's the starting quarterback with $100-something million contract.
Yeah, well, first off, what happened to Drew Brees? Now that I think about it, did he retire?
He throw anymore.
He retired?
Yeah, he quit. He didn't quit. He retired, yes. He didn't want to be out there like Tom Terrific and get killed out there on the field. So
is this the first season without him?
Yes, it's the first season.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who you think you in that cute you going with Jameis or you going with the scat 30-year-old scat Peck?
Well, with the offense and the offensive mind of their coach, I would go with Jameis Winston. He has a dynamic running back, one of the best receivers in the NFL. So he won't be looking as scatterbrained as he was for the Buccaneers when he was throwing so many interceptions. He didn't have respect for the ball. For ball security, and I don't think that'll be tolerated in New Orleans. Holding the clipboard and listening to their coordinator and coach, he should be all right. But it's just a matter of who they're going to start. So we'll see that in the next few weeks in this 3-week preseason we got this year.
And so you're going with the colored?
Absolutely. Always bet on black.
All right. That's fair enough. Man, I've been pulling for Jameis a long time, man, and well, right now I could care less, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But he's in a good system, so instead of letting Jameis just go out there and throw the ball,
That's true. You can finally see if it's all about him. Because he is with an proven offensive mind and a system that should work. That's true.
Got a decent defense, so I think they'll be fine.
And he's in the dome. He's you know what I mean. Yeah. He's prolific. He's thrown for over 500 yards in an NFL game.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's got the arm. He's a good quarterback. I don't think the system was conducive to him beating down there in Tampa Bay.
RG3, Ace. There's a film coming out.
Is he still playing?
I don't know, but I saw a film. I don't know if it's a documentary. I'm like, who gives a flying crap? But we're here. Yeah, well, RG3. The film is called The Rise and Fall of RG3. And for those who don't know, for context, RG3 is what is it? Reginald Griffin? What was his name?
I would say Robert.
Yeah, Robert Griffin the third. You got any interest in seeing that?
No. I don't know.
All right.
No, I mean, no.
Had you heard about the film?
Absolutely not until you just mentioned it.
So the sons didn't come home and say, Dad, we got to check this out. All right. The versus battle. We had Jadakiss and somebody else. Did you see that?
Jadakiss. Yeah, I'm going to look it up one of these days. Yeah. I just keep seeing clips about the locks.
I do too. I keep seeing clips. They keep trying to force it down my throat. I'm like, no, I don't watch this.
Oh, he killed him. He killed Dipset.
Yeah. I didn't really listen to those guys on their records.
Right. Right. They're talking about his, the lyrics and his freestyling during his versus battle. That really,
it's going to be great. The rappers who make it, if I'm so blessed to make it to, 70, 75 years old. And the rappers who are still here that, had them doing battles at 75, you know what I mean? Yeah. Huh?
We come out and see the, what's those guys? The Migos versus, versus Drake.
Man, did you see that cane he had, man? The microphone came out of it with the diamonds. Yeah, I'd watch that.
Migos versus Drake. Well, I mean, the versus battle, I believe it must be making money for people.
Yeah, it's making money. Yeah, it is making money. Somebody's
Usually
watching it.
When they have these versus battles, it kicks up their streams. So that's how these guys make money nowadays.
Allegedly. All
I know.
those streams is all just a push of a button.
Yeah, so it helps their algorithms by doing these versus battles.
If the right person owed me a favor, they could push a button and it'll show that we've got 40,000 people watching us right now. And it might be 40,000 for real. They probably got slaves in China. You know what I mean? Yeah, force them to log on. Watch it now. They gave us the money. Jalen Hurts, bro, starting in Philly. Jalen Hurts. It looks like he might get the nod. What do you say about that?
I wanted that guy.
I did too. Yeah, I did too.
There's passed over him for Cole Kmet for a tight end when they had about 9 tight ends on the roster.
How's that tight end panning out, the one that they got?
He's decent. He's being mentored by Jimmy Graham.
Okay, and then as soon as he gets to Pro Bowl level, they won't want to pay him and let him go. But go ahead. We were talking about Jalen Hurts and starting in Philly.
They let him go right out of town.
Yeah,
but Jimmy Graham and him supposedly are best buds on the team, and he's mentoring him to be a decent tight end. Blocking isn't that great, but that's what training is for. I still would rather have the Jalen Hurts, and if they could have got Jameis Winston, they could have got Justin Fields this year and had both of them.
But that was my plan. Jameis Winston and Hurts. Yeah, that was my plan. Before they had all these other people, and then they could have used those draft picks and all that in a whole nother way. Between those two guys, you were going to come out with something better than, is it Bitch Trubisky?
Yeah. Well, they could have had the Patrick Mahomes guy squashed all of this nonsense. Now, did I hear you say that my guy in Houston got released?
Yeah, that's where we're at. Deshaun Watson. I got something from my sources about an hour and a half ago, came over on one of the sports lines, said that he got released. And first I thought, oh, God, he went to another massage parlor. You know what I mean?
Well,
so that was my joke. Why did Deshaun Watson end up a free agent? Because he got released. But go ahead, bro. My bad. What you saying there?
New England will be a good place for him because the owner of the Patriots out there, he likes to frequent the massage parlors.
Well, that's been my conjecture, but you're right. The owner likes the massage parlors. He understands, but I've been saying that he's going to end up with the NFL Patriots. Go on. I've been saying this since the beginning of the whole thing. The Patriots are the ones who set it all up.
Yeah, well, if he gets released, and I mean, he's going to be a commodity. It's just a matter of the NFL has on the back door for him, whether it's a 1 year or 8-game suspension. But the Patriots are a team that are willing to ride that out for success in the future. Not the Bears, so they wouldn't care. I'll release both of those bums right now. We get behind in the quarterback room with Justin Fields, and I'd have both of those guys in my room. I'd have Justin Fields, Watson, and whoever wants to hold the clipboard or go get the donuts or coffee in the morning. That's the third quarterback on the roster or on the practice squad or whatever we have. Or maybe he'll end up in Green Bay.
Yeah, but what is this? Is this Cap? Jalen Hurts, the Eagles start. Something came up and said Watson got cut. What are we? Am I putting out Cap information?
I think.
Something came across. What was that?
Contract's too big, I think, for them just to cut him.
Let's see. Extended cut. The Houston Texans have started to cut ties. No. What the? All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I saw. Something flashed across there, and
We'll see it.
yeah.
Propaganda. Spooks.
Wow. Yeah, it had to be the spooks. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'm just ahead of the game. But yeah. So let's just say this though. In the event that he was released, are you going after him if you're any GM in the NFL and if you're a Chicago Bears GM?
Well, everybody's going to be hands off, waiting to see what the NFL is going to do as far as his
eligibility.
Yeah, it's pending suspension for going to the massage parlors and having massage therapists treat his injuries, as he has stated, and this whole drama about what happens. I would get him. I'd get him, and whatever we got to do, have him for next year. Later on in the season, when I'm trying to make the run for the playoffs or Super Bowl, never hurts to have a established starting quarterback coming into the fold. A lot of injuries in the NFL, so you got to be ready one way or the other.
So if you're the Bears GM, even with your hot new rookie, you're going after him.
I would, but it took long enough for us to get a black quarterback that's willing to, or that has the possibility of starting. Now for them to have two, that'd be probably have Papa Bear rolling over in his grave. But
he's already rolling. He's rolling right now.
Rolling the dice, yes, yes. Just
they're like Papa Bear. This is your test where we're gonna get you out of hell, and Jesus was gonna let you up there, and you're still down here cussing about a black quarterback. You know what I
mean? We tried. You're screwing it up.
If I gotta go to heaven to have an N-word back there for the Bears,
You think I'd have an N-word running my team? No way.
Man, wait a minute. So you're telling me this whole topic is cap? I have to really figure out where I got this information from. But all right, well, we can shift gears, though. I wanted to talk about the Olympics. That was the main thrust of today, although the big news came across my sports feed, but all right, but let's get into the Olympics. We were going to talk about the Olympics a little bit, and I know you wanted to touch on it, so I haven't followed it. I do want to cover the basketball side of it, if you will. So before we get into the money and the pocket watching, what's going on with the hoops? Did they pull it out? Did the men get the gold? What's going on?
Yeah, they pulled it out. I mean, they were in Tokyo. They lost their exhibition games and their pool games, but they pulled it out. It was more interesting.
But they won all of the
games that counted.
They won all of the games that did it.
Yeah, they got the gold medal.
Who's the head coach?
I don't know. I didn't see any of the games.
But was the cupcake, the cream puff Durant, was he the MVP?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who else could be the MVP on that team? It was surprising to see that so many stars weren't playing in the Olympic, or so-called NBA superstars weren't playing for a gold medal. But it probably had to do with the back-to-back seasons, the bubble.
And George Floyd, man. That white supremacy and all that shit going on, bro. A lot of people probably don't want to do that shit. They ain't feeling it. LeBron probably would have won if he wasn't being dragged by, the Triple K. Right.
He barely made it. He barely made it through last season.
Yeah, he's definitely old, but he could have been there, the old crusty veteran. Yeah, Larry Bird was there beyond his prime. You wouldn't have needed much out of him.
Nah, just appearance sakes, come in and dunk on a couple people.
Was Carmelo there? Because, Carmelo's been playing in the Olympics since 76.
No, Carmelo wasn't on the team. Like I said, I didn't put much interest in the men's team. The women's team, they won their 7th straight gold medal also.
Nice. Did they go undefeated again?
Yeah.
Beat everybody by 30, 40, 50 points?
Yeah, it was going to be.
Wow.
The world's caught up with the U.S. on the men's side because so many NBA players are playing in the NBA all over the world now. But the women's game hasn't grown as well as the men's game. The U.S. is still down.
Well, I mean, I'm confident, Ace, you can take us to any third world country, anywhere on the planet, give us your 12 best girls in the country, right? You give me 4 years, right? And we can come within 17 points of the U.S. girls team. I mean, come on. Seriously. I mean, come on.
I'm not sure about that.
If you don't shiver this motherfucker every time she comes in home, the boy will be the New York Knicks Pistons bully ball. If you don't shiver these girls, they don't want it like this. These girls are rich. We have nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the I think that's the problem with the WNBA. They're not paying
That's true.
Lady players like they are
those ladies want that gold medal money.
Oh yeah. It's exposure they can't get through the WNBA. They're making $200,000. If they can make $1 million, you got to be a pretty much superstar to make that kind of money in the WNBA. And then you got guys in the NBA making $30, $40 million. Speaking of which, I got to bring up the story of your guy from the Lakers last year, Schroeder. He turned
the blonde hair streak.
Yeah, turned down the extension with the Lakers, and then just recently signed with the Boston Celtics for $5.9 million. Lakers were offering him $86 million for a contract extension. He got to the playoffs and stunk up the place. So after the season, he didn't garner that kind of contract that he thought he can get in free agency. He thought he can get $100 million, and it turned into 5.9.
He should have bet on himself twice.
He did.
You got 3 times. I'm not signing this. Somebody's gonna need me. You know what I mean? And you're gonna pay me what I'm worth. I'm not paying for no $5.9 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because what if he gets hurt?
Well, once you sign that contract, you've just set your new value.
Well, I believe it was like a veterans exemption or that the Celtics gave him for the 5.9, but there's no way.
Hold on, Ace. We're gonna play this video here, and then we're gonna discuss.
His agent needs to be fired.
That's what I'm thinking, and his agent needs to be named more than just fired. He shouldn't be in the background. I want to know what agency he's using so that we can steer other people away from this agency. But we don't really know what his agent told him. He could have just been, popping the pills and doing lean and now. There we go. This is the Olympics.
Some Olympians make millions of dollars. But a recent global study of 500 elite athletes found that nearly 60% did not consider themselves financially stable.
We're not sponsored athletes on cereal boxes and Gatorade bottles.
I started driving for DoorDash.
I worked at Panera, a bank. The financial strain is huge.
That's because unless they win a medal, Olympians don't get paid for competing at the games.
You see someone that's on television all the time and assume all Olympic athletes are famous. All you have to do is get a medal and you'll be rich. And nothing can be further from the truth.
Mouthpiece Included.
That lady that you just saw is the first Olympian. I don't know if they just said lady or Olympian, but definitely lady to win to a gold medal in the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics in the same Olympics. And this is the first you've heard of that, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I have no idea who she is.
You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
if she was the first black person to do it and other white people had done it, right? We'd know that,
Right.
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But she's the first to accomplish something that none of them have accomplished. And yeah. She can't get an endorsement on that. So you're talking about firing agents. Somebody can't spend that into money. They can't call up a black company and say, this is what we have here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, companies always are controlled by, the algorithm and the hot name.
How many followers?
So it's either,
Who's
either controversy, either controversy or it's success. So if you don't have either one of those, well, she has success, she just doesn't have a name. That's terrible.
Well, how do U.S. athletes earn money? So now my research showed that many nations, most developed nations, actually pay their athletes. The government, actually pays them, not the United States. And we're gonna, I'm gonna ask you, why do you think that would be? But before we go there, they are the U.S. Okay, here's how U.S. athletes can earn money if you're an Olympian or your child. Stipends. Well, these are Olympic athletes. Stipends, $300 to $2,000 monthly. They can receive stipends, $300 to $200 monthly.
Peanuts.
Correct. Sponsorships. All right. Kevin Durant, for instance, gets $40 million annually. Prize money, but the Olympics doesn't pay prizes. The United States pays $37,500 for every gold medal, $22,500 for every silver, $15,000 for every bronze medal. But they don't pay for anything else. Again, the United States is one of the few nations who won't pay for any of those fees that the family,
is enduring during the training.
Yeah, it seems like elitism. Seems like elitism.
Yes, it is. The U.S. wants the gold, and if you get the gold, as you've seen, you're not guaranteed to get those endorsements or get paid beyond $37,500. I'm sure there's a difference between what female athletes get for a gold medal versus a male.
Well, and at this money, bro, you'd have to already be affluent, rich, having access to excellence. So this is going to put a struggle on the minorities or people who don't have money. They got basketball, but I'm saying some of those obscure Olympic sports, they just aren't going to do it. You aren't going to make money from it. You got to spend money to do it. So what it's doing is it's lowering the talent pool in America that we could be sending over there.
Yeah.
And I think it's ensuring that they have white faces representing the country.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm not going to train my son to be a skeet shooter.
Correct.
In the Olympics, if the best he'd have to win a gold medal to get 37,000.
And that's over 4 years, bro. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's over 4 years. They're going to tax at least 20% of it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the professional athletes are doing it to increase their endorsement ability or namesake. They're a gold medal winner, or if they're not a champion. So, I mean, that's probably why you have the the lack of talent. I can't say the lack of talent, but the lack of the large names on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly why. And the United States has the money to be able to finance this stuff.
Yeah. Well, they just want to run them through the NCAA and make money off of them as amateur athletes, college ranks, and see if they can win a gold medal for them. Once they do that, good luck to them. It's terrible.
Man, so you had where's her name? Suni Lee. Did you see that? Sunny Lee or Suni Lee? She's a all around floor champ in the gymnastics. US.
Oh yeah. After Simone pulled out all around competition. Yeah. So I saw her. I believe I saw her in the competition in St. Louis. I was there with my mom. She watches the female athletes like Serena's and the Venuses, gymnastics. But other than that, I would have never known who she was until she won the gold medal.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking us from Black girl magic to Asian hate girl magic for the next 4 years.
Well, we'll see who's next. Because Simone Biles has got to be done. It was definitely hate when she said the Olympics was taxing her mentally, and couldn't do it anymore. But I mean, she's done it for the last few Olympics as far as gold medals are concerned, and maybe she's like, hey, somebody else's turn. Take all this stress.
Yeah, she said that anxiety got to her. She started looking at, man, it'd be like, man, like when I watch basketball now, I'd be like, man, look at all these close calls. And the stuff you don't think about when you're younger and you're doing it. And you look at what they be doing. She started thinking about certain things and just lost. That's crazy. Yeah. It can happen to people driving cars. You drive every day. You know better than me. Drive every day. And then that anxiety come over them and they pull over and they can never drive again.
Yeah, definitely here. You don't want to drive on the expressways. Other people stick to the streets.
Yeah, take the streets and risk getting carjacked. And then, but the snow too. A lot of people won't drive in the snow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just surprising to me to see as well as she performed in the Olympic trials heading up to competing for the Olympics, that just a few weeks later, she, the anxiety got her to the point.
Bro, that could be as simple as somebody slipping her a pill, putting stuff in her food, running her anxiety levels up. Because you see, she started feeling better after she left. I'm a conspiracy theorist, people. I mean, but I'm saying it could be that simple, bro.
Yeah. I think she was just done. She's got a boyfriend now. Was in the NFL. She wanted to get back to living her own real life.
Probably wanted to go smoke some reefer with Shakaria.
Yeah.
Shakawindia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke reefer with her. Yeah. So, that's all I had, man, with the Olympics, and we went through all the topics, bro. Did you have anything else you wanted to cover before we do our weekly wrap up?
Well, I mean, it's what topic did I just had it on the tip of my tongue? Well, I talked about my White Sox. Go White Sox. But it seems like it was just another player cut. I think Seattle franchise. Yes.
Yeah, the lineman, defensive lineman, Alshon, who was it?
Lloyd or something.
Yeah, the Bears should look at him, huh?
Bears not gonna pick him. Yeah. The the Bears don't like public relations nightmares. And, it seems like it has become the narrative for the NFL to you're guilty before proven innocent. But, more than likely they already had the information.
But everybody's trying to follow that narrative you're talking about in that so-called Patriot way. But the Patriots be the ones taking chances on everybody, going back to Randy Moss. But they got everybody living this fantasy that got to clean house and do everything right. The Patriots do all that all the way up and down the lineup, except for two moolies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for instance, and you remember who coached Lawrence Taylor and let him do all that cocaine allegedly.
Allegedly, no, it was no allegedly.
Who was coaching him?
It was Parcells.
The defensive coordinator was
his linebacker. Yeah, that was Belichick.
Belichick, yes,
yeah,
yes, the linebacker coach and then the defensive coordinator. Yes, so Belichick has a proclivity for looking the other way.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was probably just talking to Lawrence. They didn't have cell phones back in the 80s where he was talking to him, but he was probably telling him, like, hey, man, I just need you here at least, 20, 30 minutes before the game to get suited up. I don't give a damn what you're doing.
Right. You're like, you were late? Yeah, man, I was waiting on my plug. All right, well, listen, we'll have the shit here for you. You know what I mean? Bill started going to get it for him.
Right. This guy's out here breaking people's legs on national TV. Now, how is a 240-pound linebacker?
I mean, seriously, why are the Patriots the only one who thought it would be a good idea to take a chance on Randy Moss, a freak of nature, a once in every 25-year type of player, just because he smoked a little pot and had some words with a traffic fucking cop?
They want to win. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Is the old mantra probably for the Patriots.
They have one of the most racist fan bases, and they still do what it takes to get it done.
They're racist after the game, but as long as you're in between those lines.
Sounds like Bears fans, don't it? That's what the ownership don't understand, man.
Yeah.
Our racists in Chicago, man, as long as you ain't making too many waves and you making them money, they all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. They're talking about moving the Bears out to Arlington Heights.
They dangle that like I'm supposed to care. I'm at a point in my life, do it. I don't care if you move them to fucking Milwaukee. That's where I'm at. Post George Floyd, you can move the fucking Bears to Milwaukee and I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, the ticket prices are so ridiculous, man. It's shit. They're doing exactly what they want to do. They want to get them close to the airport, get them away from, any problems that may occur because of being in the city.
And any city taxes, and everybody already fled the city. But see, the gentrification is going the other way. Like, bro, people in the city really need to fight that, though, man. I'm saying, like, they need to, it was a project presented, Southside Lake Project, and, people need to present that. It's just awful that people hadn't gotten together and said, hey, look, Hallis, you guys are petty. You don't want to invest your own money like everybody else and, buy this land over here in the city, build a stadium. You're petty, and you want to do it cheap way out in the suburbs. Well, listen, since you was renting from the city, that awful stadium, Soldiers Field all those years, a private group can get together and say, look, we'll build the stadium. We'll do all that and you can rent from us.
Yeah. But no, they want to be in control of the money. They want to raise the team worth up to, it's worth about over $1 billion now. They want to get them up to probably about 3 or 4 billion.
And then go public.
Yeah, they'll sell.
Mm-hmm.
They get them up to $4 billion, $5 billion with a new stadium. They
Yeah,
have
but
no.
you can build that in Chicago, man. But they always want to complain about the taxes and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Which means I guarantee you, when they go to Arlington, wherever they're going, they greasing palms, they paying people money to make stuff happen. You know?
Oh, absolutely. But you don't have to grease as many palms in Arlington Heights or in those suburbs as you do trying to build a project here in the city of Chicago with the unions and the aldermen, the mayor, and the planning committee and the
Everybody, bro.
permit
Everybody,
committee and 2 or 3 construction companies
bro. Everybody.
that
You walking Garrett's popcorn. Yeah. What are you guys selling? We sell the Chicago mix all day. All right, well, what size do you normally sell the most of? The regular. All right, let me get a regular Chicago mix. This is Chicago for you, Ace.
Yeah.
Chicago mix, man, at this time, it's not going to be an easy job. You know what I mean?
What do? You're selling this crap all day.
You know what I'm saying, right, bro? Everything, man. So I hear you on dealing with the unions. Everything. You can have a mechanic. You just want a flat fixed. You know, man. I was about to go to my lunch and I don't have the right tool to. You know what I mean? Like, are y'all serious? Nothing's easy in Chicago.
No, everything's a monkey hustle.
Everything, and it gets started with the unions, man, and they condition you. And if you ain't from Chi, like, bro, when you grow up there and you live there and you start hearing it over and over, you're like, how many motherfuckers are gonna tell me that? I used to tell y'all that, like, how are these professionals? A plumber, everybody, you know, your sink stopped up. It's not gonna be an easy job. No, it's not an easy job for me because I don't have the tools and the knowledge and everything.
Right. That's why I called you.
You know, when you go to the doctor and your ankle is sprained and you need them to put in a cast, you don't want to hear, man, it's Tuesday.
Yeah,
Normally I don't do casts on Tuesday.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. I got a tea time.
They start looking at their watch, you know what I mean, and just so they can charge you more. Yeah. You know.
See if I can get a Bob to do it for you. Who's Bob? He just got out of medical school. He's really proficient.
And then you'd be like, okay, I have my boy Coach tow it up. No, Bob doesn't like nobody coming to his shop, so he uses his own tow truck guy. Nobody can know where Bob. You just be sitting there. It's just gonna be all bad for me, right? You know,
all bad for me. Yeah.
It's snowing, you know. Oh my God. I didn't ask you none of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you the weather report. You know.
Well, it's especially bad for us because we don't have any unity to.
You're right. We don't have our businesses, and you're right.
Pay one another. I just drove through.
Where we could screw the random Korean or Hispanic or something that comes through, right? Instead of us, right? Go ahead, though.
They're not coming through. I just rode through Chinatown the other day, and I stopped at Walgreens to get some ice. It was 95 degrees. The ice. I'm looking around in the parking lot. I'm the only one with an American car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So they shop with each other. They spend money with each other, and unfortunately, we don't.
But we invented that game.
Yeah.
We invented that communal living and communal. I don't want to call it capitalism, but economy.
Well, that's what we had to do because we couldn't shop with anybody else.
Correct.
Now, once we were able to shop downtown, we didn't want to spend money with one another. We wanted to just shop downtown, go to the Gucci shop.
Man, they did a commercial, bro. They had these Latinos brothers. They were like, looked like they had just crossed the border because they were like young and they had a mariachi type. You know, you don't see young Latinos with mariachi bands. And they walk over the old block, bro. And it went viral. Supposedly they just walk over the old block, Parkway Gardens, and start talking to people and playing music. And this is all possible. But this goes back to my theory, Ace. The cartels, under the leadership of the Spooks and others, right, have been polluting our kids with guns and drugs and ignorance and nonsense, right?
Yeah.
And now they're trying to make it look like, oh, it's random, and the cool Mexicans are coming over, and we're just dumb enough as a people to keep looking at this imagery and watching this TV and just letting things happen to us.
Yeah. We all want the big diamond chains and the foreign whips and the big booty girls riding in our foreign whip.
Got to cash out. As soon as we get the inherited property, first thing we got to do is cash out.
Because we got to get that whip.
Got to get that whip. Got
to get the grill.
Cash out. And bro, let me say this. And we just cash out to first person who shows up. Right? We won't even say, oh yeah, your money ain't no good here. You don't have to say that out loud, but you know what I'm trying to. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. If somebody calls you and it's not a black realtor, obviously the black realtor more than likely is going to have black clientele. You know, but somebody calls you and they're not black and you're in your neighborhood and you guys are trying to keep your community a certain way. And no, we don't have it. We sell to anybody, bro.
First person with the check.
They can come over in a KKK Klan hood and your brother can live next door and you don't care. Man, he gave me over asking price.
Yeah. You told me to give you this card just in case you want to sell.
You mean the same one who spray painted nigger on my garage last night? Yeah, him. Yeah. I don't know if you can say the N word, but bro, yeah, man. If you can go ahead and man summarize something, and then we'll wrap it up.
Well, all you sports fans that didn't want to join us tonight, come on, join us another night. All you silverbacks, we just want to talk about how we need to take all of this influence and monetary influence and build our own communities.
They're watching white people's programming. But go ahead, bro. That's our problem. That's our problem, bro. Ever since they put that TV and that radio and all those mediums in our community, we stopped listening to our ancestors and our elders and our church and everything. And that white man's has been dominating our house.
Yeah, well, we got to put them out of our house. We have to build our community. We have to do it because nobody else is going to do it. And you know, it's getting worse. I mean, they're dropping the guns in our neighborhoods. You know, they're dropping the bullets in our neighborhood. You know, so we have to take over and control our community. If we don't do it, it's not going to get done. Sports is a certain medium for people to, quote unquote, get out of the hood, but there's so many other things that we can do to develop our neighborhoods and monetize our neighborhoods that we have to stick together and do it. I love talking politics here on our medium here, our platform here. But you know, you have to steer your kids towards something that develops our community. Steer them toward the trades, steer them toward the coding, steer them towards something that is going to develop the next generation.
Facts.
And if we can get to that point sometime soon, in this time of being home, being around each other, time of COVID, masking up or not masking up or whatever you want to do, this is the time to do it. That's all I gotta say. Unfortunately, we're falling behind, and we don't want to step forward. We want to take 2 steps back. So let's take 2 steps forward.
Man, That's well said, Ace. That's well said. I mean, you hit on some very good points, and yeah, they definitely need like you said, that basic stuff in school. Everybody needs a trade,
Yeah, they took them out of the schools to to send you to college and get you the student loans.
So they can send those jobs over to China.
Right over to China. So
yeah, in Mexico when they did free trade, the NAFTA. Right, that's what all that was, bro.
Yeah,
all of that was designed, man.
Yeah, take the black man out of the household. Take the jobs away from the black males.
Put a bunch of movies and songs. I don't need no man, and I don't need no scrub, and I'm independent.
Yeah,
you can get out.
Yeah, we got to think. Got to use this thing here.
Yeah, man, because you keep seeing the trauma, man. Like, you keep seeing it, like with those cop killers. That's almost like a case of the alleged cop killers. Yeah. Chickens coming home to roost,
Yeah. They're just running around, and they have no concept of,
life. And it's, the value of life, and the citizens have been dealing with this forever. It just seems a bit pompous, man, for, 12 and particularly the fraternal order to be using this as a platform to say, support our police, as though people just started disrespecting police for no reason. This was coming out from video evidence. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, man. Love Chicago, man. I'm gonna be at the crib around my birthday too. So looking forward to it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up with you. So I'll be in around a month or so. Yeah, maybe we'll do the show together from down there in the basement.
Definitely sounds like a plan. Clean it up, and we can do a real rock'em sock'em show. Maybe we can get some of the silverbacks to come through that are too busy.
Yeah, they have to bring proof that they didn't take the jab. If you've taken the jab, no, I'm just tripping. Yeah, and that's it for my summary. As all I had too, Ace. If Deshaun, and my bad if I was Cap, I don't know where I got that. I'll clarify this next week for everybody. But if he wasn't released, my bad. If he was released, Bears go out and get him. Go out
we
and
want
get
to
him.
win. We want to win. It's all about the wins and losses, not the alleged stories.
With the quote unquote masseuse, right?
Physical therapist. Or whatever titles they're going to give to the when he goes.
It's like, is that what we're calling them now? You know what I mean? It's like a Cartman moment. You know what I mean? Student athletes. Is that what we're calling them? Yeah. Instagram model. Oh, is that what we're calling them now? You know what I mean?
Physical influencers.
Yeah. Oh, is that what we're calling them?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Met her on Tinder. Oh. Yeah, we're on a date from Tinder. Oh, is that what we're calling prostitution now? Is it?
Yeah, right. That's a guy in LA, the picture. They extended his suspension.
Did they?
Yeah, I think he's suspended till September or something. Still,
the one we were talking about, guilty.
Yeah, Trevor Bowd is still investigating his situation with his date Tinder.
I still feel like it's not all over the news. I still feel like if he was a black guy, that was Doc Gooden, that I wouldn't be asking you. Oh, they extended his. I wouldn't be surprised. I would know.
That was R. Kelly. Yeah.
Man, the algorithm would make sure it would be popping up on your screen right now, Ace.
Yeah, absolutely. Then they came up with some guy that they said Kells made him have sex with women, and Kells was recording. So they're going to throw that into his trial.
I've been saying it a long time ago when everybody was coming at Bill Cosby and wanted to say, yeah, he attacked me too. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're passing out money. Everybody's got a story.
Yeah. Everybody's
seriously.
got.
So he made you come to the groupie party, you grown man, and have sex and filmed it, and
Well,
that's a.
And he was underage when he made him do it, like 17.
Oh, he was underage.
Yeah.
Well, 17, as crass as it sounds, in the state of Illinois, double check that. You know, some people work for the state. I don't. I believe that's legal age.
Yeah, I mean, I go to a R. Kelly party. I'm 10 years old. He's got all his friends of the program around. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, 17, if the state has said it's legal, then, the people need to change the laws or something. But if 17 is legal, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Well, they got them on federal crimes. I mean, they're just trying to come up with everything they can
to keep his masters.
Yeah, basically. The ones he hasn't sold already.
Yes.
But yeah, they're doing everything they can to.
Do you think they care about the alleged victims?
Absolutely not. It's been 20, 30 years.
And these are colored people.
Yeah.
Same ones they lock up left and right for nonsense.
Yeah. That they were missing.
Yeah. If any one of those girls were missing, they'd be like, they're runaways. They were probably on a pole. Right.
Yeah. But other than that, no. Yeah. They have no cares in the world.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know if you got anything in mind, bro, going into next week.
Next week, I want to think about that. Something. Bring us up a special topic for next week. I'm sure something's
going to happen in the week of sports.
In the NFL. We're going to find out about this Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah, maybe I had a premonition. I have to change this title, man. They like TATN is cap. TATN.
No,
hey,
not never.
Look, what's that, bro?
Not never.
Hey, but we appreciate y'all checking in. When you out here, make sure you guard your grill. Knuckle the F up. And don't forget to.
Yeah.
And don't forget to bring your